Addressing Water Management, Tushar Shah and Shilpi Verma. Chapter 11, From Getting India Back on Track, an Action Agenda for Reform, forwarded by Ratan N. Tata, editors Vivek, Debroy, Ashley J. Trellis, Reese Trevor. India's water challenge. The post-independence era has witnessed a deep transformation in India's water economy. And around 1950, India had an abundance of water resources with more than 5,000 cubic meters per person per year. The key priority of government policy was to develop water resources to achieve national and household food security through massive investment in canal irrigation projects. Since then, the complexion of the challenge has morphed. Today, India is food secure but increasingly water insecure. A 3.5-fold expansion in population since 1950 has made India one of the most water scarce countries in the world. Water availability is down to 1,200 cubic meters per person per year, barely sufficient to sustain economic growth and support human well-being. The entire Western Indian corridor from Punjab to Tamil Nadu is experiencing severe groundwater depletion and water quality deterioration. In 2013, the Water Resources Institute declared India among the world's 50 most water-stressed countries. The baseline water-stressed rank was 41. The study also included Australia, ranked 45 in this league. However, the water stress that Australia faces has much less impact on its economy and the quality of its citizens and lives and livelihoods. The difference is that while India administers its water economy, Australia manages it. India has focused on investment in infrastructure. Australia has concentrated on managing infrastructure. India has allowed the public sector shared infrastructure and services to shrink and has left the booming private informal water economy to its own devices. Australia has integrated the large public sector and regulated private sector to dominate water service provision. India has hardly used pricing and economic instruments for demand management, barring mostly perverse subsidies. Australia has installed powerful devices for water demand management. India has enacted laws that have remained unenforced and water policies that have remained only on paper. Australia has evolved an intricate system of license, permits, and water rights that shape the behavior of water users. Australia has built a large, organized, technologically savvy water industry. India has a large, unorganized, chaotic, informal water economy that is technologically primitive and beyond meaningful regulation. True, Australia became well off before it became water scarce, while India has become water scarce long before it becomes well off. Yet, there is a great deal India needs to imbibe from the experience of countries like Australia. Revisiting manufacturing policy. Rajiv Kumar. The context, the state of manufacturing in India. Manufacturing is in trouble in India. The share of the manufacturing sector in the country's GDP reached 16% in 2006-7, then stagnated for the next few years and declined since 2010-11. Even at its highest level, about 18% of GDP in the late 1980s, the manufacturing sector's share in India's GDP has been far below that in other Asian economies such as Thailand 36%, South Korea 31%, China 30%, and Taiwan 30%. With a gross value addition of $226 billion, India's manufacturing sector looks tiny when compared with China at $1.9 trillion. Consequently, its share of global manufacturing is a mere 2.2% compared with China's 18.9%. Economy employment in absolute terms has declined in the formal manufacturing sector from 55 million in 2004 to 2005, 12.2% of India's overall employment, to 50 million in 2010, 10.55%. Table 2. The share of manufacturing exports in India's total exports has also declined from 74% in 1991 to about 61% in 2011-12. But more worryingly, the rate of growth of manufacturing sector has been consistently declining since January 2010. This has now culminated in an actual shrinking of the value addition to the sector, with the growth rate plunging into negative territory in the first quarters of both 2012, 2013, 2013 to 2014. In the absence of well-conceived policy response, it can be reasonably concluded that the manufacturing sector in India is either already in a major crisis or will soon descend into one.